Hello beautiful family of light. Here is a bit of an update on what was going on the Astral and how things are shifting and how we are closing dark portals. So this video ties in with the last video that I did in this similar fashion, that I labeled How 2020 Changed My Life. In that video I have explained how I had this experience in the middle of the night when I was called to do a specific task out in the desert, and how all of that transpired, I mean the closing of a dark portal. So all of this experience started while, for some reason, one of the videos of Elizabeth April came up. While I was in bed and browsing YouTube for stuff, her video came up in which she was giving an update about what was going on, and she was explaining how she led a team to close a dark portal in the desert. And when she was conveying what she was seeing and experiencing on the Astral, I at the same time kind of felt the same thing, that I was drawn to that experience. Well, technically, it already happened by the point that I received this video message. But you can tune into stuff that already has happened in a way that, yeah, like time doesn't exist for spirit. It only exists in our little dimension here, in the physical reality. So when you leave your body, you can travel to basically anywhere, to any experience, or you can change anything when you go back in time. And I was seeing how I was manifesting once more that huge ethereal body of mine, in which my feet are connected to the ground, to Mother Earth, but my head and my entire body is so large and so huge that it reaches up to Source. And basically in that state, my body connects heaven with earth. And while I was walking towards that portal, I was still listening to her video, and I was watching her explaining all of this experience that she had. And I got like the impulses to like, okay, like close your phone, put down your phone, put down the phone. And I closed up the video, put it next to me, and I started to go into a deeper state of trance. And before this experience, I got a very strong notion before I went to bed to do some clearing and to do protection before you go to bed. And I usually do that, but not always. But this time it came through very clearly to protect yourself before you go to bed. So yeah, you can never know what you can expect during the night, so I did so. And when I went, I started to sink into a deeper state of trance, and my body kind of started to resonate at a very deep tone. Like when you have these overtones, I will try to emulate it, like this. Oh. My body started to resonate at this very low, deep overtone, and at the same time, like, I felt that my whole physical structure became very loose, and my ethereal self started to like break free from my physical body. And at the same time, as I was emitting this deep tone from my chest, not physically but energetically, I felt, and I also seen that inner fire, that bright white fire, like spread, like exploded around me, and my entire ethereal body became like the sun, like it was like emanating that very high, bright energy from it. I tuned into that larger ethereal body, my higher self, I guess we can call it my higher self. And at the time, at the moment that I tuned into it, I was already standing at the dark portal. It was in the middle of a wasteland. It wasn't as deserty as the one in Egypt, but it was a wasteland basically, so no life or anything near it. And it was like a black hole reaching down into emptiness, just like the last one that I described. And while I was standing next to the portal, I wasn't standing inside of it as last time, but now I was standing in front of it, and my higher self body, that huge body that I had, was embodying I was in the form of Seth, which is the god of chaos in the cosmology of ancient Egypt. And I had in my hand the staff of dominion, the staff of power, which is called, you can research it, it's called the scepter of Was. And like I took it and grabbed it with both of my hands, and I like jammed it down and like pierced that black hole with the scepter of dominion. And basically the scepter represents dominion over the forces of chaos, control over the forces of chaos. Then I felt like a huge rush of energy coming over me, like my body was shaking, and I was my like like I got like shivers from it, like my whole body was vibrating in like waves coming up from the bottom of my feet up to my head. And yeah, like also my hands were shaking because I was holding that staff into the portal. And I sent out like a vibration that, okay, like I need some help here right now, because I can't do it like that, because I can't succeed on my own like this. And my form changed, like it wasn't Seth anymore, it became Sobek, as the crocodile-headed god, if any of you are familiar with it. He is the representation of protection, and basically he's like the guardian of life and the guardian of the land. And when I transformed into Sobek, I was still holding the staff, and Sobek was able to like push it even deeper down into the portal. And as he pushed it down into the portal, the whole rim of the black hole like started to collapse on itself, like it started to fold inward, like a gravitational force was pulling it inside. And when it started to collapse, like my whole big body disappeared, also the staff that I was holding inside of the portal disappeared. And as the portal started to collapse, like a big beam of light shooted out of the portal. It was like a fiery spiral of light, like going up like a DNA spiral, something similar to that, going up to source and then going back. And when it came back and connected with the core of Mother Earth, and the portal thus has been established, when it connected with Mother Earth and the beam of light became stable, like that whole black energy that was still remaining from the black portal, like disintegrated, like a like it was like a huge release of stuck energy, and it was gone. And basically it became this way an activated portal that connected Mother Earth with source energy, basically. Like I did these portal activations for the past 9 years. And when you hear the word portal, you'll think like, yeah, it's like maybe a gateway that leads somewhere or something similar. But also in my experiences, when I activated portals or received instructions to work with portals, I always seen like a spiral of energy, like an energetic vortex that connected the down with the up, with the sky with the earth, basically. That's what I've always seen. And now it connected source with the core of Mother Earth. And after all of this negative energy like dispersed, like it was almost like a huge explosion. And you know, when there is like a huge explosion, there is a lot of debris and dust in the air for quite some time, and it needs to settle. And as the so-called etheric dust was settling, it started to appear, and at the place of the portal, like a light pyramid, like made of golden light over the portal. And the top, the apex of the pyramid, was like not as translucent, but it was made more like of gold, like a golden light energy. And the apex of the pyramid was the thing that was shooting up that beam of light up to source and connecting it with source. And yeah, at the same time, I almost forgot, when the pyramid appeared, it appeared first, then I saw like the little something like the sun disk that we have on the sky, like a ball of light, like the sun, let's say it's the sun, was on top of the pyramid, and it was rising from the apex of the pyramid up to the sky. And I may be wrong on this, but if I remember correctly, the symbol of a triangle or pyramid, and the sun above it is a symbol of Isis. I think it's the hieroglyph for Isis. Yeah, and after that has settled, then basically it was done. And I came back to my body, and all of this happened like in a few minutes, like 10 minutes or even less. and I was kind of exhausted after this experience, and I went to sleep after that. And in the morning, I woke up very tired. Like, in my memory, like, the whole night was blank. Like, theoretically I was sleeping, but I was so tired when I got up in the morning. Like, I haven't slept an hour. Like, I was working all night long, and maybe I was, I don't know. I don't remember it, at least. So thank you for joining me for this little energetic updates. Stay tuned for Sunday, because on Sunday I'm going to post the latest Pleiadian message regarding the twin flame union, and on Monday we're going to have a live channeling session with the Yael, where you can ask your questions from them during the live transmission. So thank you for joining me, have a great week, and see you soon.